70% yield, monthly income, the golden ticket to retiring early? Let's investigate. Now, lots of you are thinking hard about retirement, how to build that nest egg. But all of a sudden, you see MSTY and it's flashing 70% dividend yield. And it's monthly income coming into your pockets. Now, this could be the golden ticket to a great life. This could be the cheat code that you were looking for to get rich quick. Now, let's unpack. Let's see if this is all hype or if it's the real deal to an early retirement. Okay, so MSTY launched in early 2024, and it has done pretty well so far. Nearly a 300% return compared to the S&P 500's pitiful 13% with dividends reinvested. Wait a minute. If we just keep reinvesting the dividends, wouldn't that make it a little bit harder to retire off them if we're going to be living off them? But, more about that later. So that 300% yield, is that sustainable? Well, it certainly gives this illusion that this is quick, that it's fast money, and just because it happened in the past, it's inevitably going to keep going up in the future. Past success, though, that doesn't necessarily mean anything for the future. If I roll a 6 3 times in a row with a pair of dice, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be rolling a 6 on my next turn. And it might be really hard to plan for retirement on those indicators alone. But still, 300% return, man, it has to be worth it, right? Even if there are some risks. Well, let's go over it, guys. MSTY holds MicroStrategy or strategy, whatever the heck they want to call themselves. They hold the stock, which holds a bunch of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is basically notorious for volatility. MSTR is Bitcoin on steroids with its price swings. So MSTY will sell call options to try to make income if MSTR goes up even a little bit. But the key risk is that it's completely exposed if MSTR collapses. So there's capped upside, but there's uncapped downside, which is not a good formula for early retirement. Plus, there's also the single issuer risk. This is not diversified at all. You are investing in a virtual token. This is not a good or service. It is a token, a virtual token. Now, people see the high yield and think, wow, I'm getting my initial investment back each year. It's free money. Stop trying to shut down the little guy. This was made so that rich people could give back to poor people because, that's just how history has worked. Rich people are always trying to give back to poor people. Now, many of MSTY's distributions, they've actually just been a return of capital. They are literally giving you back your own money, and this has hoodwinked many investors into thinking they are making dividends. It is not real profits. It's eroding away the principal of the investment over time. Also, if I am in retirement, I want consistent income. I want to be able to pay for all my bills and know how much money is coming in. That is impossible with MSTY. The amount it pays out each month is going to be different. If you actually look at its dividend history, they've actually paid considerably more in dividends the first couple months that the fund was out than they do now. I wonder why. I wonder if this is sustainable. If the fund keeps having NAV erosion, those dividends will not keep flowing in as fat. It's about to swallow some Ozempic because them dividends are getting smaller and smaller. Now, even if Bitcoin and MSTR keep doing well, that doesn't actually mean that MSTY will also do well. This is because of the options trading being performed here on a super volatile stock. Yes, volatility plays a huge role in why MSTY can advertise a 70% yield, but it can also play a big factor in its demise. If one, for some reason, was bullish on Bitcoin or MSTR, which I'm not sure why you would be in love with virtual tokens, but that's neither here or there right now. If you love these virtual tokens, just buy Bitcoin. MSTY is just hot garbage for a long-term investing horizon. It is not a real man's ETF like SCHD. SCHD is as good as gold. Now, when you start peeling back the layers, you start to really see how silly, how asinine going all in on Misty is. Yet we still see ridiculous Reddit posts on the daily on the YieldMax forums asking why everyone isn't just putting all their hard-earned money into Misty. Man, if life was just so easy, we just keep putting our paycheck into Misty and able to retire early. Now, this is a new level of stupidity. I saw this Reddit post. Someone was saying that they are selling their condo to buy more shares of Misty. Yes. You heard that right. Someone is legitimately taking a physical asset in real estate, which is considered one of the best ways to build wealth throughout history, and something that actually has a tangible use for a virtual token. That is where we are at in 2025. I think some of us, they have stopped evolving as species. Some of us are no longer Homo sapiens. You thought people taking loans against their house to buy more shares of Misty was bad? Now people are actually selling their homes to buy this nonsense. Do rich people do dumb things like this? No. Rich people accumulate assets. They diversify. They often buy real estate. And more importantly, they take care or protect their capital. There has been no asset class that has made more millionaires than real estate. I do not know a single person. I've never met a single person in my entire life who has told me they have gotten rich off of YieldMax products, who have told me they have gotten rich off of high yield income ETF products. Yet I know many people in my ordinary life that have become everyday millionaires with real estate. Rather than always asking, how much money can I make doing X? Investors should stop and think, how much money can I lose doing X? That's the first question they should be asking. When you're older and in retirement, you do not get a magic time machine to go back and make more money. What you have is it. You cannot afford to lose it all on some high risk, high reward investment. Now, am I saying that you can never make any money off Misty? No, absolutely not. But people downplay all the risks, and it's so annoying because they think it's so easy and that it's free, fast money, that they've uncovered the new way of investing when they don't even know the basics of investing. Warren Buffett is like 94 years old. He just spoke for 6 hours at the annual Berkshire Hathaway meeting. This man has more knowledge at the tip of his thumb than all the idiots that are on the YieldMax Reddit forums, the High Yield Dividend Warriors community combined. That's how smart Warren Buffett is. Now, I can guarantee one thing. Misty will not be able to sustain these 70% plus yields for much longer. Eventually the bubble will pop. People will realize there's not much value here and hop on to whatever the next get rich quick scheme ice cream flavor of the month is. Want to chat with other investors that actually have brain cells? Join the Discord link in the comments below. Hit that like button for a small time creator. Now, if you're listening in on podcast form under the Collect Cash podcast name, please consider leaving a 5-star review. It really does help me out. And always remember to slay the dragon.